This past weekend, Sandy and I had an amazing time. We went down to visit our oldest son and his family in Midland, but we went for a very specific reason. Our 12-year-old grandson, Daxton, was getting baptized. They attend a non-denominational church down there, and so on Sunday evening, they had a special service to do 9 baptisms. And it was just a powerful time getting to watch that. Each person had written a short little testimony of why they were being baptized, what was going on in their life. And it was amazing. And I was sitting there thinking, this is church, man. This is what it's about. Of those 9 people, 6 of them were adults. That made it even more powerful to hear their stories and what God was doing in their lives. But to see Daxton get baptized just blessed the soul of this grandfather and meant the world to Sandy and me. As I was sitting there watching all of that, though, I was thinking about the marching orders Jesus gives us at the end of the Gospel of Matthew. You know these verses, Matthew 28, start at verse 19. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. That's what we're about as church. We are here to make disciples, but in that process, it's not just teaching the people we've got, but it's literally reaching people for Jesus and baptizing them as they come into the faith. But I think one of the things we miss when we look at that passage, we forget to read what comes before it and what comes after it, because it may be the most important part of it. Verse 18, then Jesus came to them and said, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples. And after he says what I read earlier and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you, he ends with these words, and surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. So think about that. Jesus has all authority in heaven and on earth, and he is with us to the very end. What if we woke up every morning thinking about those 2 truths? No matter what's happening in our lives, no matter how bad the news is in the world around us, no matter how hopeless the situation seems, if we stand on the truth, all authority belongs to Jesus, and he is with me. He is walking with me through this day. He is bringing his power into my life. He is going to use me. He's going to protect me. He's going to work through me. What would happen to our attitude? I was thinking about that personally. I think, first of all, I would have more confidence. I would have a new boldness in my walk with him, realizing that, hey, I'm walking in Jesus' authority today. He is with me no matter what happens here. And it would give me a boost in my confidence in him and in my own walk. Secondly, it would give me hope. We live in a world filled with fear and hopelessness. And Jesus says, I got this. All authority has been given to me. I am with you. And I think if we grasp those 2 truths each day, the hopelessness and the fear would die in us, and faith would grow, and hope would grow in us. And then finally, I think those words give us purpose. Jesus gives us our marching orders here that we're going to be in the disciple-making business. But with that purpose comes this promise that I am going with you and I have all the power and authority. Man, if that doesn't light a fire in us, if that doesn't bring passion to our hearts and our souls, I don't know what will. So I want to encourage us here in the West Plains Conference, in our churches, in our personal walk, that we would start to walk in a new kind of confidence, a new kind of boldness, a new kind of hope, with a new kind of purpose, because we believe that Jesus has all authority and he is with us today. Before I leave you today, let me remind you about annual conference coming up here in about 5 or 6 weeks. It's at Lake Ridge in Lubbock, June 14th and 15th. It's going to be amazing, y'all. Kevin Watson is our main speaker. Kevin's going to speak a couple of times. He is the foremost authority out there in the Wesleyan world on small groups, or as they've been referred to in Wesley's world as bands and class meetings. He's going to talk about what those look like in our churches and what God can do through them. He's a great communicator. You all will love him. Bishop Scott Jones is going to come preach our ordination service and lead us there. He just got back from a 47-day trip around the world. I'm sure he's got some amazing things to share with us. We're going to have some powerful worship. It's going to be led by the praise team from Abilene Wiley, and they are very excited, looking forward to it. And if you know what's happened the last couple of times we've gathered, I'm sure it's going to be incredible. And not only all of that, when you can now get on our website and register for annual conference. When you do, you're going to notice something different. We have 2 meals this year catered by Fajita Pete's and Evie Mae's Barbecue. If you know about either one of those, you know we're going to eat well, and it's free, y'all, because of the generosity of some ministry friends. So I hope you got the dates on your calendar. Go register today, and we'll look forward to seeing you next month. God bless you.